For 1,900 days, the legal status of XRP has remained in limbo, effectively blocking access to institutional capital markets. Today, that freeze has broken, clearing the path for the movement of capital that has been legally inaccessible for over 5 years. The 1,900-day legal war against Ripple has reached its definitive conclusion. After years of litigation, the SEC and CFTC have officially surrendered their primary arguments. We are breaking down the specific mechanics of the newly released joint token taxonomy to show exactly how XRP is legally cleared and why a single legislative step in Congress dictates how you should position your portfolio right now. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. The ability to front-run institutional reallocation depends on tracking these regulatory shifts in real time. This 1,900-day milestone marks the end of regulation by enforcement. The agencies have exhausted their legal maneuvers, returning the responsibility of valuation and price discovery back to the open market. This shift is driven by a new joint interpretive guidance, an official document issued simultaneously by the SEC and the CFTC. This type of guidance acts as a formal instruction manual on how current laws will be applied to digital assets. Through this joint action, the SEC has formally retracted its core litigation claim. The guidance explicitly removes the security classification from XRP, which eliminates the primary legal barrier to its use in traditional finance. Oversight of XRP has now transferred to the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or CFTC. The agency has officially categorized the asset as a digital commodity, a term used for assets that are traded in bulk and are interchangeable, like gold or oil. This move puts XRP in the exact same regulatory category as Bitcoin and Ethereum. As this chart shows, XRP is no longer an outlier. It now shares the same digital commodity status as the market leaders. This regulatory parity is the mandatory prerequisite for large-scale investment. Compliance departments at major banks have kept trillions of dollars sidelined, specifically because they lacked this clear, formal classification. Before we break down the 4 specific pillars of this new taxonomy and explain Wall Street's current reliance on Congress, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. For immediate updates on legislative progress and institutional shifts, scan the QR code on your screen to join our Telegram community. This guidance establishes a structural taxonomy sorting the industry into 4 pillars. The first 2, digital commodities and collectibles, lack central management and are exempt from securities laws. The final 2, network tools and payment stablecoins, provide utility, explicitly protecting them from agency overreach. This taxonomy acts as a legal wall. By placing utility networks within these defined pillars, the guidance provides a shield that protects them from the threat of future SEC lawsuits. We want to know how this impacts your strategy. Check our community tab and vote on which of these 4 taxonomy pillars currently holds the most weight in your portfolio. Institutional trading desks are already mapping their risk models to these 4 categories. They are using this taxonomy to plan the reallocation of billions of dollars across these newly clarified asset classes. The narrative shifted. Large-scale investors are no longer debating whether the industry will survive the SEC. They are now calculating exactly how much capital to deploy within these 4 protected categories. However, interpretive guidance is not a permanent solution. Because it is a policy stance rather than a law, it could technically be reversed by future agency leadership. To make these rules permanent, the industry must reach its final checkpoint, an official act of Congress to codify this taxonomy. Codification is the process of turning regulatory guidance into binding, unchangeable law. Despite the SEC's surrender, the largest institutional movements will likely remain on standby. Most multi-trillion-dollar funds require the certainty of a congressional act before they commit their full capital. If you are in the United States, your participation is critical. Contact your local representatives and tell them to prioritize the codification of the SEC-CFTC joint guidance. The SEC's retreat is only a temporary safe harbor until the legislative door is locked. Passing this taxonomy through Congress is the final requirement for the permanent, wide-scale adoption of digital commodities. This raises a strategic possibility. What if Wall Street is unwilling to wait for a gridlocked Congress to move?
Because the digital commodity definition is now public,
Some major banks may already be moving. They are mapping XRP-based settlement systems directly to the new taxonomy, allowing them to build their technical infrastructure before the final laws are even signed. We have analyzed the internal reports that outline this institutional bypass strategy. Click the card on your screen to see the documents that reveal how the biggest players are moving ahead of Washington. While the 1,900-day war kept the public's attention, the foundation for a new financial system was being constructed in the background. The battle is over, and the implementation has already begun.
Stay ahead in the crypto market. Subscribe now for the latest global news and updates.